Podcast.
Celsius
Episode 40.
Podcast. Guess what day it is? It is 9/8/23. 9 and 8 add up to 23. That's a special number.
Guys, are we going to do the 9/11 episode for Earth?
Guys, 69 degrees.
Guess what happens tomorrow? The 1-year anniversary of September 9th.
Oh my god,
That's
and
insane.
guys, I got a story about that coming up later in the podcast, so stay tuned for that.
Do you just want to start with it, Beck?
I can start with
Let's
it.
Let's
So-
do
It's
it.
the hook to the episode.
Guys, as we know, I am the famous creator of the storming of September 9th. A show, a movie, a documentary that really shows how the
Documentary,
Streisand effect really works. If someone tries to shoot something down, it'll come back 10 times as stronger.
I don't think
So
that's how
what
Buzz and I-
started as one funny video evolved into a multi-length saga that lasted like 6 months.
So
And
true.
it told you about the dynamics of school, politics, religion, probably. Everything.
Probably
It told you how
religion.
the school system has failed its students, how
Oh, it definitely
creativity
has.
is diminished in schools.
It never existed, even.
And how the power politics at the school come from the principal, a real grit. So
Now-
tell us the story back.
I mean, that one makes sense. Though.
Now-
BK, if you're watching this, you should feel bad for ruining football.
You should kill yourself now.
Okay, so now I am in Focus, and in Focus, as a little thing, I like to call diplomatic immunity, but not really.
Oh,
It's called
diplomatic immunity.
It's called editorial independence, which means
not a diplomat,
Brett Klein
dumbass.
can't force me to not make it. So I
Yes,
decided.
that's certainly how it works.
What if I make a 1-year anniversary video that'll be shown to the entire school, or at least the teachers that actually put on In Focus? They will be able
By
to
far,
show.
the funniest part about this is that the only people that care about this is us.
Yes, but it is going to happen. The
principle.
production value is way higher than the original. It is going to be
Mhm.
broadcast to the actual school. I'm assuming Brett Klein might actually see it.
No,
That's
he's too
true.
busy. He's too busy just walking around
But
campus talking to teachers.
There was an insane coincidence that happened.
Oh,
There is a
insane coincidence.
football game tomorrow on September 9th.
Oh!
And this one's
So,
for cancer.
I
so
will
nothing
be
terrible
showing
can happen
up
at this one.
To the football stadium wearing the shirt and interviewing students. And
Holy
seeing
shit.
if Brett Klein
See,
comes up to me.
anybody,
Because
if
also,
anybody remembers last year what
Okay,
happened on this
and
day,
also
1 year
they're
ago.
renaming the stadium at that event, so Brett Klein is 100% gonna be there.
I
forgot about that.
I need you to interview him.
I
there.
will try
This
to
is
get
gonna-
his comment.
You know what's so funny?
You
This-
better
this-
make sure that you show him your shirt. You
No,
better
I'll
walk
be
up to him
wearing
like
no
this.
jacket, plain shirt out, stretched
No.
all the way.
Not only are they renaming the field to honor the coach from 2010.
Yeah.
This game is also in honor of a type of cancer. I think it's.
Oh yeah, no, it's so funny. All Pally students have to wear teal or blue.
No, it's
It is
recommended.
built
Yo.
for
You
me.
don't have to.
It
Yeah,
is
no,
built for me, teal
The
or
Beck
blue
Lions
in the
football
blue
game.
storming shirt. Bro, they
This
made
might be
this,
in poor taste,
They-
but it'll be funny as hell, and it'll be so good.
and it's so
For the
funny.
podcast.
Like, if someone asks me why you're wearing that shirt, I'm like, I don't own that many blue shirts. I needed to wear this.
Are we gonna
one.
be posting?
I don't own
a,
that many blue shirts. It's like someone that knows you really well
It's
looking at
so
you.
good.
What are you talking about?
That gets broadcast. Everyone who knows it starts bursting out
Storming
laughing.
of September 9th. Go
God.
bikes. That's blue.
Nicholas'
I don't wear
face
blue
on the
shirt.
back.
Nicholas
Oh, yeah,
is just the
Nicholas'
face
face.
of cancer.
You like tape over it. You
No.
like tape the Rizla photo over it.
It's actually not Rizla, it's Nicola moment.
No, it's
It's-
Nicola
no, it's
legit.
Nicola.
Oh, this is
Nicola
why you failed the
legit,
game
yeah.
show.
It's not. It's not Nicola legit. It's Nicola moment.
No, it's,
No, it's Nicola
literally
legit,
Nicola
and-
legit.
Anyway.
Okay, but that we are filming this episode on 9/8. The
The fuck, that's
or
just so
the
long.
package is set to premiere on 9/12. 12, I think,
11.
the Tuesday.
Oh, you should
No.
go when it aired on 9/11 and ended it with a 9/11
You
joke.
can't.
Don't do that.
They don't show them on Mondays, sadly. So
We hit the second
Tuesday
goal.
is when it will be going live. And hopefully I have to send in a rough draft by tonight.
A second
So
player has stormed.
hopefully
A second
They don't
student has reached the
immediately
stands.
shoot it down.
So Beck, the game is also honoring all the lives lost at the game one year
all
ago.
0 lives lost at the game.
My goodness.
All the
What a dramatic-
injuries
what a
and
dramatic-
$1,000 fine.
I'm actually so excited for this segment. I hope that you can post it on just the segments on our channel,
I'm
so-
gonna do a director's cut. Everything they asked me to cut, I'll just put it back in, and
Everything
you can
that you
guys see all
want,
the stuff I actually had to cut out.
My question is, how long is your video?
I have to cap it at 3 minutes.
Okay.
Oh, come
Well,
on.
I think they say 3, but you can kind of get to 4. So
So
hopefully I can stretch it.
So you know what we're gonna do now, because this will air a week from now. We're gonna put your video
We are not
right now. We're putting it right now.
Oh my
So-
god.
We're putting it at the end, so you have to watch till the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also
And so-
posting it individually if you just want to wait for that and watch it on its own.
But also, I want to
Oh yeah,
ask.
can we post it on this
Yeah.
channel?
Yeah, 100%. We posted the
I
original
wanna-
on
Like
here.
and subscribe.
I want
Like
to ask
and subscribe.
what was your
Like
what did you
and
do
subscribe.
what did you do for this video? Who did you interview? What happened?
Okay, so the format of it is similar to Storming. We'll have a comedic recap of all the events.
Can't wait.
And then we have an interview with a Pally historian, which is talking about the history of the Pally gun rivalry to make it seem like, yeah, this is an actual news story. And then we have some interviews of the gun people saying it was a funny event, further to show that there was an insane overreaction. I make fun of the section in the yearbook where they say, "What are your thoughts on Brett Klein's message to Pally?" So that's funny. And then I have the 30-minute segment at the football game. I'll try to...
It's really good if you did a senior year. But it probably would have been better like second semester when you don't have still like a semester and a half to deal with that Klein.
Bro, guess what?
'Cause
Brett Klein,
you're gonna be
what? I got a thing called diplomatic immunity.
Unity.
You're gonna be
Does have
be-
diplomat.
you're gonna be on a shit list this entire year.
No, it's so... Bro, you have no idea. It's crazy.
He got immunity. He has plot armor essentially.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
Real
He
life
really does
plot
have
armor.
doesn't it?
But
I
oh my god,
guess.
it's gonna be so funny if he like calls me into his office, because I got so many jokes I could make there.
Beck, if you just completely wreck him
No,
in
no.
the conversation and don't like flub up like you did the last time you interviewed
Oh
him,
my
I think
god,
you'll
no,
be
no,
good.
because that one I was
Well,
kind of
what was
nervous.
this?
This one I'm like, everything is in the
Uri
bag.
had to carry you there.
Yeah, bro,
I-
that was so embarrassing. But oh my
Beck,
god,
Beck was frozen in that interview with him. You know, it was like, yeah, no, he was out to cook himself. Yeah, I'll show you the video. I'll send you the video.
Yeah, I just watched as a
Yeah, I know, it
bystander
was-
Anyway.
in the
that
room.
was probably the most awkward meeting he's ever had. And he might
So-
remember and be like, wait, it's that guy? I told him not to make the movie. I told his teacher not to let him make the movie.
But the thing is, when you
Never let me
interview
know
him,
the
it's
news.
not like he's gonna know. Like he won't. No shot. He remembers that it
No
happened on
shot.
September
Mm.
9th. No shot. He remembers
Yeah.
it happened on September 9th. September 9th. Is that like a movie or something? He's not gonna know. But anyway, let's get into what we
Where
have.
want to be watching this
Okay,
week.
I'll go
Uri,
first.
I think 5
Watch
syllables is
the
too much. I
least.
think it's what we've watched. What we've
What we
been
have
watching.
been watching.
What
Yeah,
we've
so
been watching. 4
I've
syllables.
watched only one thing, so I'll go first.
Okay.
AHSOKA.
This week, yep, he's already spoiled it.
Damn, can't
This
believe you would do
week.
that back.
Those that are into Star Wars stuff should already know this. By far, the biggest and so far best Star Wars TV show episode ever aired
Incredible.
this Tuesday.
Including
At
like
6 p.m.
every single TV show?
All
No,
of the Star Wars
Okay.
TV shows.
Well, yeah,
This was
Star
the
Wars
best-
TV shows. So we're saying
This
this
was the
beats
best
all,
Star Wars
like
TV show.
Best Clone Wars episode, best Rebels episode, best Mandalorian.
Yes.
Wow.
Really?
I think it's at least. I don't. Okay. I'd say one of the best. Sure, if you want to be more apolitical, one of the best.
Yes, yes.
But it's definitely up there. It is definitely up there. It was a really good episode.
So tell us what happened.
Nobody's watching it, so let me give the synopsis. And this episode is much more. It's timed. Like the timing is really good. The the fight scenes and the action scenes are really good. The story is good. Everything in this episode is so good. So we open up with them doing repairs on their ship. They're repairing the ship. They're talking to each other when the bad guy.
Wait, the
It's
bad
Skull and Haiti.
Okay.
Skull tells the Night Sister woman. He says the Night Sister woman says like we need to delay them from coming, and he says okay, well, I'll send all the guards, and she was like that won't stop them, and he was like yes I know, that's what Shin and the Inquisitor guy is for. So then they head over. The first thing is like the droids attack them. At first Ahsoka doesn't know what it's happening, but the droid their droid, I forgot the guy's name, he was repairing the ship. Then all of a sudden he was attacked by the droid. So halfway through fighting the droid, he broke all his progress on their ship and all the lights went off. And then they went down and they were able to take care of the rest of the guards, and it led to a kind of funny moment where he's like, well, that's that where he was like, well, that definitely set back my progress a bit, because it was the only way for him to like not get killed is to like revert all of his progress and break the ship again.
Well, that just happened.
Okay, it's the way I explained it isn't as funny, but it is a funny moment in the show.
It just sounded like a well, that just happened kind of moment.
It is in the show. It's actually kind of funny. So then they start running towards like where the hunters came from. When Haiti and the Inquisitor guy comes. Haiti and Sabine start fighting, and Sabine goes like, why use a lightsaber when I can be anyway? I started blasting. So as staying true to her Mandalorian roots, she just used her blasters and only switches to the lightsaber at the last second.
Doesn't she have a jetpack though?
No, not currently.
Oh, right.
Did she lose her jetpack? I don't remember.
I do not watch Rebels. All I saw is one clip, and
Yeah.
she had a jetpack.
I'm pretty sure she's lost her jetpack, but she does not have it now. So then Shin and so then they're fighting. That happens. Ahsoka expertly takes out the Inquisitor guy. Is like she baits the Inquisitor guy into like swinging up his thing, and then she just quickly ran and sliced him, timing it perfectly, like calm, calculated, like the Ahsoka we know, and takes him out. And it turns out it was Night Sister magic, which kind of makes sense. Or maybe it wasn't Night Sister magic. It was like, we still don't 100% know. It was either like a reanimated body from Night Sister magic, or it was a Night Brother. All we know is that when they died, like the green Night Sister mist just left his like suit. And a similar thing happened, like when Maul's brother died, his body also turned into that green mist. But we also know that that green mist is resulted to Night Sister magic and stuff like that.
Okay. So
so after that, Ahsoka runs and reaches the place where they have the star map, and then she's fighting Balin's Skull. Skull though baits her really hard, like really like prods at her ego, like makes fun of her, says like your legacy is that of death and destruction, just like your masters. Stuff like that. And it was like everybody in the order. It was like a lot of lore building. It's really good. And then they got to the fight, and the fight was so good. Genuinely, some of the good book. And also, we find out that in between the end of Rebels and Ahsoka, Sabine's family all died.
Wow.
Most likely, probably in like that Day of 1,000 Tears on Mandalore. I would assume. That's when they died. In the bombing runs by Moff Gideon.
Moff Gideon, you mean Gus Fring?
Last chance to look at me. I should get an actual bell, just attach it to my gaming chair. Last
So,
chance to
I
look
have
at me, Hector.
I have a question. So,
Yeah.
what is exactly the end game for like the Ahsoka show? What's it like?
I don't know yet. I'll get to that in a minute. Let me finish the synopsis. After the fighting ends with Skull hitting Ahsoka off of the cliff, and she plunges into the depths below.
Okay.
Then he turns to Sabine and realizes that she doesn't need to fight her. So he puts away his lightsaber and he says, like, I know what you want, and I know that you will make the smart decision. So come with me, and I will tell you in good faith that you will 100% be able to get to Ezra.
Ooh.
And then because of that, she agrees and hands over the star map. Oh yeah, because that's something I didn't notice. One of the reasons why Ahsoka lost is also because halfway through the fight, she gets the star map and knocks it off. Because the entire episode, there's kind of a timer going down because they need to calibrate in the big ship they have. They need to calibrate in the route, the coordinates, and it takes a while because it's so far away. So the entire episode there's like a clock timing down, and they just had to knock it out before it happened. So halfway through the last Ahsoka fight, she knocks it out, but because she's so like frazzled from her nerves and like the argument she had, she just grabs it and it gets burned from Night Sister magic. So it means that she can only fight with one hand at that point.
Wow.
So that puts her at a severe disadvantage, and that's what allows her to lose. And she gets knocked off. So then Baylan Skoll is like, I keep my word. Shin Hady is hot as hell, whatever.
I did see images. I agree.
They go up to the ship, and then just as this happened, something that I neglected to mention is that Hera, this entire time, has been trying to get the New Republic to support them because she's like, Thrawn is here, and we should do it. But people on the council are like, on like the New Republic council, military council, are like, yeah, but I think you're actually just doing this to consolidate more power for yourself, just so that you can go get Ezra. But it also could show that there is maybe some corruption already from Imperial people in the New Republic.
I mean, we saw that in kind of Mandalorian season 3, you know.
Yeah. So in the ending of this episode, what happens is Hera brings basically everybody she can, that like everybody she wants to. Minus Zeb, interestingly. Zeb is not there.
Oh, that's crazy. I feel like they would very much know each other.
Did not bring Zeb here. No, they do know each other.
Oh my God,
I feel like they would know each other enough to like he would come to help.
No, obviously, no. That's not the issue. But it's fine. He's definitely gonna show up later on. But yeah, Zeb is not here. So so they come in and they're about to, and they get there just as the Eye of Horus, I think that's the name of the ship, Eye of Horus, takes off and it reaches space and is about to jump. So they go in front and to like intending to get it down when the ship, and the ship is a big circle, and then the ship was like, and because it's all being piloted by droids, the droids were like to the Night Sister woman, they were like, 5 ships have appeared to enter in front of us, attempting to block us. What would you like us to do? And she said, ignore them. So then they charge up the hyperspace and just fucking blast through them. And since they're going so far, so fast, and it's such a big ship, the like wake from the hyperspace jump and the turbulence it creates is so massive that once it goes past all 5 of those ships, they get completely spun out of control, and most of them crash into each other. Kind of cool scene. And then Hera's son delivers his own version of, I've got a bad feeling about this.
You gotta have that one in Star Wars.
You've got it, and he didn't, and it was fine. And then boom, and then after that, the last like 20 seconds of the show is it shows the cliff, and then it goes off to the waves and transitions so smoothly into the world between worlds. Because now instead of being like black and white like it was in Rebels, it's all like blue and kind of watery almost. And she was laying that, and then Ahsoka wakes up and she looks around and she's kind of confused where she is, and then we hear, "Hey, Snips," and then she turns around and says, "Anakin," and then there's Anakin behind her. But Anakin it also looks a little bit weirdly, and just as the episode ends, we hear the Darth Vader theme.
Ooh.
And so it's
that
Hayden
makes people-
Christensen, right?
It is Hayden Christensen.
But it's de-aged, right, digitally?
Yeah, he's slightly de-aged, but I think that's on purpose because he's not that old. So I
You
think
know,
it's
but
on
it's
purpose
like
to
the
kind of,
it's like the thing they did for Luke, right? Like,
kind of. But
it wasn't
that's
they
because
just put on a
Mark
ton of
Hamill-
makeup.
But that's also because it's also because Mark Hamill is really old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kristen Haydenson is not that old, so
Yeah, it's
they
not.
didn't have to do that.
They still used him
Yeah,
as.
but
that
we
face.
think-
It's not like
we
they
think-
used a random guy and put Luke's face on it.
We think it's one of the things they think is like they did kind of intentionally to make him look off because it's not actually Anakin. This is what I'm saying. Something that's interesting. I haven't in a certain episode of what's it called? Clone Wars. There's an episode where Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Ahsoka go to this other realm that has the father, the sister,
I've
and the
actually
brother.
seen that arc. So I actually know what happens
The
in there.
brother is the dark side, the sister is the light side, and the father is the balance in between. In that episode, Ahsoka dies, but the sister puts her soul into Ahsoka, and ever since then, her bird has also been with her. So that's led people to believe that Ahsoka is basically just the reincarnation of the Force now, basically. And Anakin was possessed by the brother. So this has led people to believe that now in the world between worlds, one of the reasons why Christian Bale doesn't look like that good, because one of the reasons maybe they use CGI is to make him look off-putting, and one of the reasons they put the Vader is because it's not actually him. It's the brother actually just using his form. Because the brother is the dark side. He's the embodiment of the dark side of the Force.
They're pulling a lot
from
from
there
like
we'll see.
obscure episodes. I sweir, like
I mean, it's all.
it's
Dave
gonna be
Filoni's
so
work, though.
confusing for people who like haven't watched Clone Wars in a while. That's actually what it is.
It's all
Or people
Dave
who haven't watched Clone Wars, which is a lot of people,
Yeah.
because
Yeah, it's not.
it's an animated show that aired on Cartoon
Yeah.
Network. No one's
Like
watched
what,
that.
like
But it's
aside
all,
from
15
like
years ago?
children.
But
Yeah.
it's all Dave Filoni's. All of it is Dave Filoni, and he's
Yeah.
the one who directed the show.
He just like controls
And
all
so
the
far,
TV shows.
It has shown out really dumb, and I'm really excited for next episode. I think it's going to turn out great. And one of the things many people are speculating is because they're going to the super far away galaxy, because all this stuff is happening, and they're saying it's like in between time and space. What people are starting to think is that what Dave Filoni is attempting to do, because he knows how unpopular. Because Dave Filoni is a really mixed bag. Because
Yeah.
here's the thing, I think he's a nice guy. I think he's definitely a nice guy, and I think he's a decent director. But I think he was purposefully hired by George Lucas to not be better than him. No, that's it. Because here's the thing about Lucas: he's allowed to do this because he is the creator of the show, but he's also very, I don't know how to put it, but like pretentious. He's very,
yeah.
he's very that.
I
And
would-
one of the parts of that is that he kind of hired Dave Filoni because he know that Dave Filoni could create good stuff, but never be as good as George Lucas, never surpass him. So it's kind of limited in that way. But I think George Filoni, and then also George Filoni kind of has a bad habit of
George Filoni.
taking
Yeah.
whatever, the fucking guy. Dave Filoni has a
George
bad habit
Filoni.
of kind of taking legend stuff and taking other people's works and kind of like just molding it into his own way, no matter like how much he has to like change from their original thing, which people don't
So
really like.
you're saying
Well, I
that
mean, that's
he
kind of
that the
fair, you know. I mean, it's like
You're
you're
saying that
using
the-
some
yeah.
old stuff in the new new
No,
stuff.
but the difference is he kind of like shits on other people's work sometimes.
Really? What do you mean?
Like a lot of this, like sometimes he does stuff that just completely retcons another like writer's like book or comic on the Star Wars thing that was like widely popular by fans, and then Dave Filoni would just completely change it and
he
Clone Wars.
just retcons things.
Yeah, he just changed it
That's a
regardless
little
of the people.
annoying.
And it's kind of sad because like we know he knows the importance of it and why it's good, because because the way Star Wars works is there's many different classes of canon. A class or Lucas class is like that's the movies, those are like supreme.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Next
like
class
one
is-
through six.
Legends.
Yeah, next is Filoni's. Filoni's is like after that, and then Legends is like the bottom tier, but it still
Yeah.
has some canon.
But Legends was considered like canon before
Dave Fil-
Disney
yeah.
bought it.
Anyway, yeah, Dave Filoni has a guy on his team that his job is to know everything and every canon and know how they all work together and how
That
to
is
make stuff
so
work.
funny to have
So-
as a job.
Yeah, so he
fun
knows.
job,
He's basically, I think he's
Mhm.
literally called like the Master Holocron or whatever, because he's supposed to know everything and how everything works together and how to not like mess up other people's stuff and keep the
They
lore
like
intact.
hired a historian to like fact check their work.
Imagine
it's
just
gotten
like
so
hanging out. Like,
complicated.
oh, what do you do for work? Oh, I'm the Star Wars lore master.
Yes, he is literally He's literally the lore master. I'm not even
I'm the
kidding.
Star Wars lore master. Oh, okay.
But I mean,
I'm
that's kind of an awesome role.
Yeah.
Like,
Kind
he's
of a
gonna
fucking-
say that you don't control the lore, but you know all of the lore, and it's your job to know everything. How he is the Watcher. He knows all and sees all.
Imagine being in an argument about Star Wars and he walks up. He just goes, "Hey, you were talking about Star Wars, I hear. Well, good to know, because I'm Mr. Star Wars."
Yeah, but Dave
Wait,
Filoni. But
I
on the
wonder
other
if-
hand, Dave Filoni is also he knows also what the fans want, and I think he's good at connecting to the fans. And that brings me to the final topic of what I think he might be attempting to do with Ahsoka. Ahsoka is going to this other galaxy far away. He knows fans don't like the sequel trilogy. He knows fans like the original movies, and he knows that they kind of want to return to that type of style. So what I believe is he's going to try, and then also I know he wants to kind of more express his own creative freedom without being tied down by like Lucas canon and all of the other stuff and the movies that are
Yeah,
out.
Dave Lucas.
So I believe what he's doing is in this new galaxy, he will simply just be creating his own stories with some recurring characters, some new characters, kind of similar universe, but it's like his own universe and his own story.
It's crazy because
My-
like that's like giving him his own franchise, basically. It's like Star Wars,
Yeah.
but it's like
Basically,
all his.
it's just basically.
My thing about Dave Filoni, I think Dave Filoni is a really good Star Wars guy, but I think he's good for some Star Wars projects like Ahsoka, but I don't know if he's good for like the Mandalorian.
I mean,
kind
no,
of
the first couple of seasons were really good, and he was the one that worked primarily on that. The
Yeah.
reason the most recent episode was not as good is because Dave Filoni
He
stopped
left?
writing it and was
Okay.
working on Ahsoka.
Oh,
I think I
okay.
said that multiple times. He
Yeah.
he was one of the main writers on The
Mm.
Mandalorian, and then he left on that really shit season
Mm.
3, I think, season 3, to work on Ahsoka.
Mm.
Yeah.
And now
Okay.
Ahsoka is the first show that he has completely written himself, and so far
Mm.
it's really good. So he's
Yeah.
a good writer. He's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do remember you saying that when he left, you were like, "I know Ahsoka's
Okay.
going to be good because he's going to be writing it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's Ahsoka for you, and that took like 20 minutes. So let's
It
move
was
on.
like 20
It was
minutes
a
of
big
Nicola
episode.
Ashoka.
It was
rant.
a big episode. And now for my grand finale, I will be leaving to put my plate in the dishwasher.
Right.
Oh yeah.
You know what they're gonna do for the 5th episode of Ahsoka? I think they're gonna show in theaters.
That sounds crazy, but also
What?
like I would love it
What?
if like more
No.
shows did
Yeah.
that. Because I'd love
we're
to like
talking about
watch
that.
some like
No, because
Like
people
big
have already
finale
said
shows in
that
theaters.
episode 5. People have already said that episode 5
The
is always also
Succession
going to be like
finale.
a
Yeah.
much longer
like it would have been
episode.
cool to like go to a theater and everyone just in suits.
No, but yeah, people have already said that episode 5 of Ahsoka is rumored to be like also much longer, so it also kind of makes sense that they're releasing it in theaters.
Wait, like an hour and a
if it was-
half or like an hour?
Because the current episodes are an hour. I don't know how much longer the next episode is going to be.
Bro,
Let me look at Ahsoka. Let me look at each episode.
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
I would have Beck, you would have watched the Owl House finale in the theater.
No, because I cried and I like screamed during it. I would have been like kicked out of that theater immediately.
Yeah, the episodes are on average, they vary from like 30 to 50 minutes. The first episode is 50 minutes. After that, they go from like 36 to around like 40 minutes, basically.
Okay,
But
I
the
want to do.
like, if the next episode is going to be long, it kind of makes sense because those episodes are a little short to just show in theaters. So if the next episode's kind of long, it kind of makes sense to be in
Yeah,
theaters.
yeah.
Nicola,
And
what do you
it's
think?
definitely going to be a big episode, and we know there's 8 episodes. So this episode is also, I think, really good because it's almost like a mid-series finale, like a mid-series
8
like finale.
episodes. Yeah. I was.
Nicola,
for
what-
some reason I thought it was going to be 6 or something.
No,
But-
that's just Marvel. Marvel stuff is 6, but but Star Wars always does 8 episodes.
Nicola,
season.
what do you think about the voice of Star Killer being in Ahsoka?
Who
Sam-
named what's his name?
Sam Ryder?
something? Oh.
Sam Ryder. Yeah, people were also saying that was maybe one of the voices inside one of the voices that, because like when the Inquisitor guy died, with the smoke there was also a bunch of screams, so people were saying maybe one of the screams was his voice.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
I think it'll be interesting though if they end up bringing some of the games into canon though.
No.
That's
Like
cool.
the
Like a
I
Star
mean,
Killer
like the
thing.
Well, because the thing with Star Killer,
the problem with Star Killer is he really can't be canon.
yeah,
Like,
because
not
he's
in the
Darth
way he
Vader.
is in
He's,
the game.
he's Darth
Yeah.
Vader's son, which is such
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind
a
of
weird
fucked.
thing.
Yeah, because Darth Vader, I think that was burned off. I don't think he even can.
Well,
Have a
it's
son.
his adoptive son. He killed his parents and then adopted him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's more Vader.
Yeah. But I'm excited to see a new Star Wars universe in a Dave Filoni thing. I feel like a new his
I think that'd be
playground.
interesting. Again, all speculation.
Although it would be interesting for them to adapt that story of Force
guys
Unleashed.
can
An interesting
Keep
game.
talking. You guys
Okay.
can.
I
talk
want to
about-
go
move
an
on.
unconventional way. I
I'll
want
be
to do.
back.
I want to do Harley Quinn Futurama now.
All right.
Okay, guys, I gotta go. Put my laundry in. So you guys have fun with that.
All right. Do you want to talk about?
Right.
I have a few choice words for both of these shows. I'll be honest.
I'm gonna say Futurama one ass. Not very good.
Ass. Harley Quinn. Also a little bit ass. I think some of the things they did was a
Kind
little
of
dumb.
Ass too. Yeah. No.
Kinda
honestly,
dumb.
Not great episodes. Gonna be
No,
sad.
a bad
Okay.
week.
So
Um,
I guess last time you did Futurama and I did Harley Quinn. So I'll
Push
do
it back.
Futurama and you'll do
All
Harley
right.
Quinn.
Let's
so
do that.
Futurama, unfortunately, really good episode last week.
Oh
Not a
yeah.
good episode this week. Okay. I love Futurama. We all know it does topicality hard sometimes
It
for
does.
futuristic storyline, but this one too much. The hammer hit me in the head. You think heavy-handed? This was fucking strangle me with how much COVID references it was making. They
Yeah.
even fucking mention COVID in the fucking episode. They heavily reference the topics in the other episodes, but not to this extent. And I think that's
yeah,
what
when they were
hindered it.
like, yeah, guys, it's 2023. COVID is finally over. I'm like, how? What? COVID has existed this whole time within this universe?
And yeah, it just I felt they did too many topicality jokes for the sake of at the sake of all the futuristic stuff. Because
Yeah.
Gloom, what the fuck? You really don't have a better thing for conferencing people. But you have
One freaking meeting.
Just like
one
Star Wars
time.
Republic kind of holograms or Avengers ass holograms.
Oh yeah.
But I just it's really unfortunate because I feel like they could have done a better virus storyline.
Yeah.
I also thought
they had
yeah.
they had the one with the common
yeah.
cold. Like that
was
one,
good.
kind of similar topic, but that one was a really impactful Fry kind
Yeah,
of.
that's a Fry episode.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised we haven't seen a good Fry family storyline yet. I would love to
I mean, I understand why.
Yeah, but I would like to see one of those.
hmm
But overall, so this episode, just to recap, there's a virus. It's called Explovid 23. So that's really cool. It makes people mad. And so, but Hermes tries to have voodoo, tries to fix it with voodoo or something. His storyline was okay, because he eventually fixes the virus with the voodoo, but then they ended the episode with a weird thing about Hermes all gave kind of every things
all
technology or
things,
something.
all things
All
that look like technology are actually magic.
Magic. Science
Yeah.
is magic.
That's
And
that's
so-
the Thor thing.
yeah.
Oh wait, no, that's like
Um,
the opposite of the Thor thing. The Thor thing was that magic is just science but advanced.
Yeah, that's the
And so
yeah.
it's like, okay, was that really the theme of this episode? Is taking about taking away. I just know, I feel like this episode is now going to be looked fondly. It is the worst episode of the season for me.
Yep.
The storylines spread thin. The Leela stuff was horror review stuff is like all the COVID jokes way too hard. And I hope there is an episode called Zap Gets Cancelled coming up. But
That one,
that
I
might-
don't know how good that one's gonna be. Although it looks like it's gonna have a lead subplot, but she hasn't been dealt very good hands this season.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I really think if Futurama wants to stay this course, I think they gotta get away from this topicality eventually. I know I'm a big fan of the topicality, but sometimes I just feel like they gotta get rid of it.
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna give my 2 cents on this episode. I think they do a thing where they try to follow all of the characters in their own little side plots, with like the Leela and Fry being split up. I don't know, Farnsworth doing science stuff and Amy just kind of being there. Hermes'
Hermes,
whole
yeah.
thing. And they don't do it very well. Like there's episodes where they follow each character pretty well.
Yeah,
like the one
like
where they get
the
like
crypto.
the 300.
The crypto
Yeah, the
one,
crypto
earlier this
one.
one, yeah.
There's the episode where they all get a $300 and it follows each of them on
Yeah.
their journey with
Oh, the
$300.
100 coffees.
100 coffees, yeah. Like they have
Solid.
episodes like that are really well done, but this one didn't seem very well. The Hermes subplot, I don't really like Hermes, so the
Yeah.
side plot really bored me, and the main plot was also really boring. So it was just overall really boring. Like I almost fell asleep during the episode. I'll be honest.
That's though. It just like at the worst, at the basic sin it did was just not a very interesting episode.
Yeah. There were 2 things I liked in this episode. One, I liked how everyone was wearing masks differently.
Yeah,
That
was
I
kinda
thought
funny.
that was creative, and they made sure to make it completely different for every character, which was cool.
But the only thing is,
Um,
like, why would the fuck would you need masks in 3023?
And the blue masks, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Because they have
The,
COVID.
the other thing I thought was
it's
funny.
Exploded 23.
Yeah. The other thing I thought was funny. Okay, there was the Omicronian variant,
Man,
which
that
was
kind of funny.
that was
kinda-
creative. How they used in-universe stuff to do an
They also said
out-of-universe.
the Inda DNA, which was
Yeah.
kind of funny. Ninda.
But the one joke I liked was when the like bone robot, the skeleton.
Yeah. Oh, that
I
was
liked when
funny.
he was funny. But the one thing that got me was when he was like, "This place gives me the hippie jibbies and not the boogie woogie kind."
That's amazing.
That was like the only line from that episode that I actually.
Okay.
And then all of like
Yeah.
the Barbara and and Barbados Slim stuff.
Yeah.
It
I
was
was like-
really yeah.
It's like, what are they
Yeah,
trying
we
to do here?
we know your wife cheats on you, okay?
We know she loves Barbados Slim and she cheats on you. We get it. That's
Yeah.
kind of been it. We've hit that nail like too hard in like the Futurama first movie. Come on, we understand.
Yeah.
But let's move on to also unfortunately not
Harley Quinn, not a very good
Animated.
episode either.
All right, they've
I'm
been
gonna say before-
falling off. It sounds like.
Last episode was the first episode I really liked, and it didn't have Harley and Ivy. And this episode had Harvey and Ivy, Harley and
Harley and
Ivy.
I.
And unfortunately,
So-
it's not
So
cutting.
here's what happened in this episode. They come back, so it picks off right when they come back to the future, right? And they're like, "Wow, things are shit." And Harley's like, "Ivy, you gotta go stop this because you're a CEO woman power." And then she goes to do that, and Harley, a clone of Harley shows up. She's like, "Hey, it's me, Harley Quinn. I'm a clone of yourself. I'm actually remember from like 4 episodes ago when Commissioner Gordon put a potato in the microwave." But it was actually a cloning device, and your hair was on the potato. So I'm Harley, but I'm like 5% potato.
That's so fucking shit.
Yeah, it was like
Like,
what
they-
the fuck are
they-
you doing?
And then they have it to
That
where,
is like out of ideas level of stupid.
yeah,
No, honestly, what the fuck? I was like, okay, so you build this entire thing, this entire season. Harley, okay, she doesn't know what's happening. She sees another version of herself. She's sleepwalking earlier in the season. Okay, so Harley's going insane. She killed Nightwing. Yeah. Is that what we think? But then you do this stupid bullshit clone thing.
I forgot they killed Nightwing. That's actually kind of
They did kill Night. What do you want to know the resolution to that?
What was the resolution?
Harley got drunk, shit-faced, and killed him herself.
That's
Wow.
And she doesn't remember doing it.
Such a beloved character killed in such a fun and definitely
No,
non-infuriating way.
Nightwing is basically he's shit in this show. He's shit in this show.
It was
He
in
doesn't-
one
he doesn't-
episode.
He's in multiple episodes.
He's in
Nightwing is in
multiple
all.
episodes.
I would say in total 10 episodes.
Yeah, the thing is, because like in the show, he's so weak. He gets killed by a drunk woman. A drunk woman
No,
killed
he
him.
gets.
It's Harley Quinn,
That's also
though.
Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but come on, Nightwing is supposed to be like strong. I thought, but I guess not.
No, he just has a big ass.
Yeah.
That's so real. He also has like a 10-pack.
Yeah. What else happens in this episode? Ivy kills a guy.
Yeah.
That sounds normal.
They reduce the ozone layer. They like vote Lex off of his own company out of LexCorp.
Yeah.
So now Harley's CEO of LexCorp and
back for a second,
the
it
Legion of Evil.
became basically a kind of Succession episode where they're just trying to find different board members to vote off Lex.
I don't think you
funny.
remember how Succession looks like.
No. It's just like
No, they
Succession.
even mention it in the episode Succession.
They do.
Yeah. They mentioned Succession in the episode, like, come on, let's Kendall this, let's Kendall Logan this Kendall or something. And so
Oh, that
they
was
do
a Succession reference. I thought that was like a Marvel Logan reference, and I was like, what is the reference here?
No.
What is the
No.
joke? I'm confused.
yeah,
It's
it was
'cause-
the Succession. Yeah.
Okay.
And so they do become, but then so they need to vote like, they need to get this vote of this one guy. So Ivy starts golfing, but then she accidentally,
Let's go
She-
golfing.
then she
Kills the
actually
guy.
kills him.
Mhm.
And my thing is, they also bring Flash into this episode randomly. I have no
The
fucking.
season seems really shit. I'm not gonna lie.
No,
It's not
honestly,
great.
I really don't know. Some episodes are good, some episodes are bad, and some episodes are really bad. Just like I don't know what direction they want for this season. Like
They
No.
want it
Confused
to
by
be
the
good, and they're failing.
Especially with like the whole thing. I thought the whole rest of the season was going to be about stopping this. Like in 7 days, the world's going to go to the apocalypse. But now it looks like they've stopped it. So
yeah,
there was really no point in having like 4 episodes of setup for that.
yeah, and I think Lex Luthor is not that good of a villain in the show.
I don't like Lex Luthor. He shouldn't be the villain. I think
Yeah.
a good guy should be the villain
Like,
Yeah, because it's like
yeah.
that's how it usually.
because we're
is.
already following villains.
It's
Yeah,
gonna
no,
find out that Nightwing is actually the villain.
So
Yeah,
true.
he's
I
not
think
dead.
a big flaw of this show is removing kind of that Gothamness of the show, like all the Batman stuff. And the more they spare air from that, is the more like
No, Nightwing's master plan was just to get Harley drunk to fake his own death so that he could pull the strings and get, I don't know, Lex Luthor killed or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm just
Anyway, so
yeah, I'm just really confused by the direction of this season.
Yeah, so also remember how like last episode we were confused about where Joker's villainy arc is going because they really showed nothing off?
They fuck that.
At the end of this episode, Harley's like, Barbara Gordon, also known as Batgirl, I don't want to be in the Bat family anymore because I'm just doing bad things. Like killing Potato.
Oh yeah,
like
you
killing
gotta finish
Potato
what
Harley.
happens to the Potato Harley and Harley.
Yeah, so she kills Potato Harley.
Oh,
Rip.
And that's the end of that.
I'm,
And
very,
then
I'm,
Harley's
very,
like,
I'm very shocked.
All this
sorry.
build up with this clone Harley.
Skill
Okay.
issue.
I
'Cause-
thought they could do something interesting with it, but they did like the typical "Who's the clone? Whoa!" You know?
It's like you should like if you have a clone, like it's not a just don't do the cliche. It's
Like
just-
I'll be
it's just
honest,
not that hard.
SpongeBob did it better with Plankton as Robo Crabs.
Okay, well, to be fair, that's SpongeBob.
It's true, but they did it better.
Yeah,
And this
no, and so
Wait, but if you're
so-
Patrick, then
and
who's
so-
in the gorilla suit?
and so Beck, she
It's
falls
me fucking
down.
gorilla.
She falls down and then she kind of like explodes into a potato or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But the thing that happens at the end of the episode, Harley's like, I'm leaving the Bat family because I did not kill Nightwing, that was Potato Harley. Whoa, it wasn't actually me. And Barbara's like, wow, that's okay, but please be part of the Fat family still. And then she gets shot
By the Joker.
right through the stomach by the Joker.
Holy shit! This
My
is such
question
a
is
shit
like
season.
they literally Flash literally reverse time. Why can't he just reverse this? You know?
Why
Yeah,
are
why
they just
can't he
killing everybody? Why are they just
They
killing
kind of-
every
they
good
kind of
character?
provide
I
a-
don't know. Like
kinda
Barbara
provided
Gordon
a
is like an
fix with
actual
it.
good character.
Yeah. And then
They're just
Joker,
trying to see this season is just gonna end the season with like it was all a dream.
Very well might be.
and so Joker, so he kills him. So because Joker was mad at like I don't know Batgirl for like upstaging him on the podcast, very alpha bro like.
Oh,
and then he
yeah.
just shoots her. But my thing is like we've established that Flash can go back time like 5 minutes. Why doesn't she just Flash can just do that again? But I guess
I don't
they
know.
just use that for like one time and then I don't know. That's my thing. I'm just like I just don't know what they're trying to do with this season. It's really unfortunate, like the way they're panning these storylines, not be a cohesive vision of the first episode to the last episode, and unfortunately, this is the worst season.
Yep. Although I think we already knew that.
Yeah, it's
It's definitely
unfortunate.
gone downhill.
All right, should we get into what we're watching again?
Well, you
We
go
are-
back since you've said so much.
All right, one thing I forgot to show this when I was talking about my
Mhm.
package, but I got a little in focus press pass for the
They didn't
football
have that in
game.
my year.
Yeah, no, I
Why did
asked
they have that
for
in
it.
my year?
Oh,
What?
for the football
For
game,
the football game, so I get like all
where
access.
you can go interview people. Oh my god!
Also,
you
it's
can
so
go on the
funny.
field.
They like I did this photo and then the guy was like, we need to retake it. You were looking off camera. I'm like, okay, I did it. And then they ended up using this one.
Beck, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you tape this in there instead?
Oh my god! Actually do that.
No, I put out a higher quality one.
Yeah, or maybe
Yeah,
do this.
The joke is
Maybe
like
this.
low quality.
I'll
For
just
the
tape
audio
them
listener,
both on the
Aiden is
side because
poking-
they got two different angles.
I got
For-
two.
And
For the
this
audio
one,
listener,
too.
Aiden is pulling up pictures of Beck.
From
What
the
audio
game show
listeners?
episode 40.
True,
Okay,
true.
All right,
So-
so what
Check
I've
out that.
watched here, I actually pulled up a list.
got
Uh,
two
No, is it paper? You better
No,
show me that
it's
paper list.
digital. it's
Fuck
digital.
you.
I have to save
got
the
two.
environment, Uri.
Phones.
I hate
Okay.
the
One for the
environment.
bitches and one for the plug. One for the dub.
Okay, so I rewatched Nimona with my friends because they hadn't seen it. I'm like, yeah, this is a really good movie. You should watch it. It's still a good movie.
That's
Really?
great.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I was not expecting that.
Okay, and then My Hero Academia. I think I
Oh,
watched.
you're still watching that?
I am. I watched second arc of season 3 and first arc of season 4.
Mhm.
And okay. So second arc of season 3 was this big like 1,500 person battle royale kind of, but it was only
That's
really
a Gran
focused.
Turismo moment.
There's not a Gran Turismo moment, but there is a guy named Gran Torino in the show.
Holy shit!
No, that's a Gran Turismo moment.
Beck, so I played Jump Force earlier today, and they have some characters from
which
like they
people?
have Deku and All Might.
Okay.
And I was looking
That's
at All Might's
really
moves
funny.
and also Deku's moves. Why are they so based in America? Like,
No,
why do they have like
that confused me
Oklahoma
too.
Smash,
Yes.
Delaware,
Yeah.
They're all,
United States of Smash?
they're
Why do
all
they have that?
states or cities, and I'm
That's
like,
All
bro, this
Might-
guy is
that's
like
just All Might's
defending
things.
Japan. Why is it all his moves
All-
American?
It's because he's an American. He's American through and through. He loves America. Nobody
Why
loves
does
America more
Deku
than
have
Japan.
it? Why does Deku
Because
also
it's,
have it?
it's the
Because
same
Deku
moves.
loves. No, because
Oh.
Deku. Copies
It's like the
everything All Might
apprentice, and he
does, 'cause
he got
Deku
the same power.
No, because
Ah.
Deku copies all.
No,
of
he
All Might's
does all.
moves.
No. You haven't gotten to the
But
part
he does
where
it with his legs.
yeah, now he does
Yeah,
it with
he
his
does it
legs.
Back,
Because
go
his
back
arms
to
are
here, My
weak
Hero
as fuck.
Academia.
Okay, so the battle royale is pretty cool. You gotta see like all these different. The thing when you have like a big battle royale is you have all these different random side characters. You can be like, yeah, what if like someone had this superpower? That'd be cool. So you got to see all those different ones match up together. That was cool. And then the next big arc was the first arc of season 4, and that's
Mhm.
like, it's kind of like Hunter x Hunter, but none of you guys have seen that. It's like you get all these people, and it's for like this big
I
raid.
watched Hunter x Hunter in like 1 hour.
Oh, you watched the
That's
recap
crazy.
video?
The entire show in 1 hour, yeah.
Okay, yeah. But it's like
Wow.
them all going into this raid to save this one girl. So it's like them all fighting that. It's cool. Sometimes I feel like they were like, okay, let's like cut ahead to like what these guys are doing during the raid, and it kind of took you away from the main focus where you're like not the main character, which was kind of annoying, kind of broke the pacing for me. But overall, I think they did really good at it. You had a guy make a really big heroic sacrifice that I really felt.
Mhm.
And then you got to see like,
Oh, I know that arc. That's the one where the hot blood lady is
Yeah.
sneaks in.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
sneaks in and pretends to be somebody.
Yeah, it's a
Hot
tournament
blood
one.
lady? What is this? JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
She like
Kind of.
she can like drink people's blood and then shapeshift into them.
Ah, like Among Us.
Beck, my question
Literally.
is,
Yeah.
Beck, my
She's
question
so
is,
hot though.
My question is, why? Why are you watching this?
Well, I'm already 3 seasons in, so I'm gonna keep
Well,
going.
you could be watching Adventure Time.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna get onto that after I finish this. I am probably gonna finish it. I'm losing a bit of interest, but
Okay.
right now, the arc they're doing right after that big one where he like finally activated his full 100% power, but like was only able to because like he had the little girl time reversing him every time he broke his bones. Kind of hard to explain, but now they're going like,
Yeah,
guys,
no,
what if we do
easy, super easy.
guys, what if we do a talent show arc? And I'm like, no,
That
they're
sounds
doing
really
like
funny.
a talent show. I'm like, bro, I
And now
don't.
you're getting to the point where the show reveals its true colors and is
Is it-
fucking cringe.
Is it going to be like the talent show arc in the
That's
Goldfish
like me with
commercial?
Harley Quinn.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure like the intro made it seem like a I haven't like gone to like the actual thing, but it seems like it because like the intro's like, guys, they're all doing the thing, and you have this one girl and she's doing a band, and I'm like, no, I don't want a slice of life band.
Well,
That's
Beck,
something-
in true Beck fashion, I feel like you're gonna watch this entire show up until like the last 4 episodes and then stop it.
I did that with
you did this
Lost
Law.
one time.
Yeah.
Okay, but I also have been watching one other show. One
Adventure
show.
Time.
Yes.
Is it one?
Adventure
Oh, wait, I have a
Time.
question. Has anybody watched One Piece?
Nope.
I watched
The One
10
Piece is real?
No, I haven't.
I've watched One Piece in an hour.
I am never going to like, bro. They've gone too deep. I don't think anyone can start the show now.
Just watch
and
anime
watch
and
I'll be
minutes.
honest, I've been kind of wanting to at least read it.
Straight up, just watch anime in minutes. He just released one that's like, it's like a 2 hours long, but it recaps literally everything up to now.
in One Piece.
Okay,
Yeah.
I just wanted to know. So, Beck, continue.
Okay, so Adventure Time. I finished season 1, and to be honest,
Wait, everybody, we have to give a clap.
wow, yeah, it took a lot of work.
I
It
know
took a
it's
lot
hard,
of
Beck.
blood,
I know.
sweat,
I'm
and
like
tears.
halfway through. I should probably continue to watch
And
the
after
show.
watching it, I think I only finished one episode saying, yeah, I liked that.
Was it Rainy Day
It
Daydream?
was Duke of Nuts.
Oh.
I did not. I don't.
Duke
You
of Nuts
hyped
is like
that
the
up like
weakest episode.
it felt like a pretty generic episode.
No, Rainy Day Daydream's so funny.
Wait,
Oh
what's
my
Rainy
God.
Day Daydreams?
It's
What
like
episode is that?
they imagine
It's like
all
the
the
fourth to last. Yeah, Jake's imagination is so strong that he just imagines like that the floor is lava, and they have to
Yeah.
go upstairs to turn off his imagination with his imagination off. So
Oh, I see. I haven't
Mm.
gotten to that. I'm on like episode 16 right now, so I'm
Sounds
like, I have
Beck, it
10
sounds like
episodes left.
peak content.
it is
Okay.
very good.
So I finished season
If
1.
you weren't a figment of my imagination, I want to have your baby. What you looking at?
That one was funny. But okay, so I watched all of season 1. I was like, okay. And then as I'm
Mhm.
going to sleep, I'm like, all right, maybe I'll watch the first episode of season 2.
Uh-oh.
And that one is the first episode I would call great. So
Oh.
my expectations for season 2 are like, yeah, it's gonna be great. And next episode was just like season 1 and okay.
What
And
was the
it
first
was-
episode of season 2?
It was Marceline's dad.
Oh, yeah. That one is good because it's a
Yeah.
Marceline episode.
Yeah,
And
it was
what
a
was the
good
second
episode.
episode
You
of
had
season
good
2?
art. You had good characters. You had singing. You had songs.
Wait, and then you
and-
watched the eyes and you didn't like the eyes?
I didn't like the eyes, bro.
That episode's good
He
too.
didn't like the eyes, so he's covering them up.
The
They're so
episode,
funny,
the
Ray.
episode is about this horse that just keeps staring at them through their window and they can't
That's
get rid of it.
so relatable.
But it turns out to be Ice King the whole time.
Yeah,
Oh, that's so relatable.
I did not care for that episode.
And then you
But-
watch episode 3 and you loved it.
I did not.
No,
I was
no.
like, okay, I'll watch. Yeah, I'll watch it. I'll continue watching it. I will try.
You'll struggle through.
I'm going.
What are your next episodes? Loyalty to the King is good. Butter to the Skin is good. Storytelling's okay. Slow Love is bad. I'm sorry about that one.
Yeah,
Power Animals good. Crystals Have Power is okay.
You know the
Other Tarts is good. I'm
loyalty
looking
to
at
the
HBO
king
Max.
is my
Cut a
next
woman's
one.
hair is fine. You get to see Finn with his hat off and to cut a woman's hair, so that's pretty cool.
Okay, none of these.
What's in season 2? Oh, The Pods is good. The Real You is good. Guardians of Sunshine is fun.
Okay.
Death and Bloom. Death and Bloom, I think, is the best episode of season 2.
Death.
Or Mystery Train. You have Death and Bloom, Susan Strong, Mystery Train, Belly of the Beast, The Limit, Video Makers, and then the rest of the season, the like back half of season 2 is when it starts to get real good.
Okay, cool.
Good for Beck. He has a timeline.
Yeah, I'm just gonna watch.
So, okay, so Beck, I have a question. What do you think is like your biggest problem with the show currently?
11-minute episodes. You're not able to like actually have any like emotional stuff in there. And anytime you try to do an emotional stuff, it doesn't really land. I think the setting is good. Some of the character dynamics are good. But also all the episodes feel like so inconsequential, like you could just skip them.
That's how season 1's gonna feel. That's how season 1 feels in some of season 2. But they stopped doing that.
I feel like I
Okay.
just gotta keep up hope that I can get to season 8 when he turns into a house.
I can't wait till he turns into a house.
Bro,
Beck's gonna be
I'm
50 when that happens.
I'm gonna freak out, bro.
He's gonna be like, he did the thing. He did the thing.
Turned into a house. The
Funniest
funniest
thing
shit
I've
I've
ever
ever
seen.
seen.
Okay. Anything else, Beck, or can we move on from you?
We can move on.
He turned himself into a
I
house.
am gonna
It's the
go
funniest
now.
shit I've ever seen.
So I have watched a few things. So there's this show created by Matt Groening.
Oh,
It's called
Disenchantment.
Disenchantment. It's on Netflix. Now, about the thing about Disenchantment, is it the best Matt Groening TV show? No, that's probably Futurama. Is it the most iconic TV show? No, it's probably The
No.
Simpsons. But it's always been a pretty solid show for me. I've watched it since its inception. Let me give a little episode 2 Owl House breakdown, Beck, of how I watched this show.
Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it too much because I do actually want to.
Okay, I'm not.
Wait,
I'm not
what do
gonna-
you mean giving me the episode 2 Owl House breakdown?
Season 2, I don't know, it's Owl House, because Beck, in episode 2 of the show,
Yeah?
you described how you watched the Owl House and
Oh,
how
yeah,
you
yeah,
missed the
okay,
season
yeah.
premiere.
I
How
get
you-
that.
So
Oh, I kept missing
So-
all the episodes when they came out.
I liked Futurama and The Simpsons, and in 9th grade they announced Matt Groening's going to make a new show. It's like more medieval times, you got modern
And
times, you got future
fantasy.
times, and this is kind of like fantasy. And so, okay, I watched it in the beginning of summer. I watched season 1. I thought, pretty solid show. And then, it's never been an amazing show for me. It's always been a pretty solid show. I could get interested. Not my favorite, not my least favorite. It's always been a nice show to watch. You know, I talked to some other people who say it's trash, but I would say, no, I enjoy it, and I thought it was always really solid. Season 2 came around, like maybe I think in like 10th, in my second year in like 10th grade or something. I watched that. I didn't rewatch season 1, but I just rewatched it. And then, you know, then season 3 came out. And same thing, I just watched it. But then I realized when it came to season 4, I realized I hadn't seen the show in like a while.
Wait. I need to correct you. They're actually called parts, not seasons.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
You know they actually
Thank you, Beck.
you know they call seasons parts to actually lessen the pay of writers.
Oh yeah, bro, yeah. Like the
And so yeah, that's why they did parts. So
The Cuphead did that. Inside Job did that.
yeah.
yeah.
It's all the
And
animated
so
stuff.
And
Yep.
so for season 4, I rewatched the entire like show up till then, and then I watched season 4. And you know, it's kind of interesting. They have like our 3 late main characters is like a princess, her like an elf, and like a demon, and they're all kind of like they have like adventures. Her father, the king, is voiced by Bender, and the dog from Adventure Time, I think.
This is not JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
It's not.
And so, but then it's like, you know, it's like, I feel like some of the part of the show, it's like, as I watch it, like, it does drag on for quite a bit. I don't know if we needed like 5 seasons of this show. It could have been maybe like 3 or 4. But so I watched season 4, and it's interesting. You know, they have some storylines. I did feel like, I won't spoil it, but they do kind of like, I feel like they repeat themselves at the end of each season. At the end, like they kind of like, oh, it's like, oh, we have to face this person again. It's like kind of the same things at the end, but it's solid. And so after season 4, they announced it's going to be the final 5th season. But it's been like a year and a half since season 4 came out. And so right now, I haven't seen the 5th season of Disenchantment.
Oh.
But like I did with season 4, I think I'm going to rewatch the show because I don't really remember what happened. And so I'm going to go through that until I get to season 5, because now I get something to watch and I get to remember what actually happened. And so I would say, I think for adult anime fans, I think you should watch it. It's pretty solid, fun watch, you know? And so that's my Disenchantment stuff. That's like what I'm planning to do for the future now. So you're going to see an outline of that in the future episodes when I talk about it. But I watched a movie this past weekend.
Gran Turismo again.
I did not watch Gran
Round
Turismo
2.
again. Round 2, baby. The grander
watched-
just gets Turismo.
You watched Oppenheimer a 15th time.
I did, but no. Okay, so
So relatable.
this time I didn't go to a mall 12 miles away from me or something. I went downtown. I walked by myself to a place called Cinemaopolis. And so in this theater, I go and I watch the movie. It's a new movie. It's called Bottoms.
Oh my god, wait.
Okay.
Actually, I've heard this movie's come out. I don't know what it's about at all.
What is this
And
movie?
so it's actually, I give it a really high review. So it's these lesbian best friends start a fight club to hook up with girls. That's kind of like the brief, I guess, synopsis of the movie. It's actually pretty funny. It's like a very stylized kind of teenage sex
Wait, so
comedy.
it's not like a drama like Fight Club?
It's not a drama. It's like they just started.
Wait,
It's called they're in the movie. They say
into the movie?
I'm looking at the poster and it says from the producers of Pitch Perfect and Cocaine Bear, and that seems like a
yeah. It's actually
Wow,
the
so
movie is
real.
because
actually
one of those movies is actually good, and then one of the others is Cocaine Bear.
Wow,
Cocaine
bro,
Bear is good,
Aiden is
though.
just not vibing with
Cocaine
Cocaine
Bear
Bear.
Not
is
a
an
Cocaine Bear fan.
era-defining. Is an
It's
era-defining.
a genre-defining movie.
It was the
Sure.
first
Exactly.
Celsius podcast 4-person review.
It was the
That's
first movie to have
not true.
cocaine and a bear in it.
In theaters, yes, but no.
Okay, but the thing, so this movie is actually really funny. It's kind of like these really stylized, like kind of like reality where like the principal's like he like just says the randomest shit. Like essentially, the entire school is obsessed with the lead football player, and it's like really funny. The jokes are really spot on. You probably guys aren't gonna watch it, but I suggest you would because it's a really funny movie. Maybe watch it when it comes on digital.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it on digital. It doesn't seem like the movie to go to a theater for.
But it was pretty fun because like everybody like in my theater, there's unlike for this movie, unlike Gran Turismo, there was actually people in the theater.
Oh my god,
Was it
that's
opening
crazy.
weekend or like how long has this been out?
I think it was like a few days from opening weekend or something like that.
Mm.
But no, it was pretty solid because like the jokes really land. They make a lot of like good jokes. The characters are really funny. Like the main football guy is like a dumb leader, and he kind of just like sleeps like with everyone. And fuck, they even kill people in this movie.
Yeah, I'm reading the Wikipedia page, and I'm reading this.
Okay,
What the
so
fuck is going on in this movie? There's a
movie
bomb
is
strapped
so-
to a tree.
This movie is so funny. So this is how it happened.
I'm just seeing the screenshot of this back. This is all I'm reading.
So
while-
let me describe how the final act of this movie plays out. Because in every teenage like because when the team kind of finds out that the two main girls are just trying to make this club just to get sex,
That's
they
so
get-
relatable.
they get mad. And then also in every like teenage movie, there's always these two friend characters, and in the movie they always kind of fight. We see that in like every teenage like comedy. The two characters always fight, but then for the final act, they all come together. They reform the team to save the football player because guess what? It's like the rival. It's like a gun pally game. It's a rival game that they've been having this entire movie. But guess what? The other team, every time they always play this game, the other team always kills one of the other team football players. They always do that, and so they have to. They have to. The team has to save the football team from getting killed by the other team.
Why would they keep doing the games if this is a reoccurring problem?
Aiden, I don't
That's
think
what
you
makes
just
it
get
so-
high school football. It's like this.
yeah.
Okay, it sounds
gotten
funny,
a
but in the
reason.
movie, it's really funny in the movie. And so the fucking final battle is just the Fight Club just fucking punching and killing the entire football team.
Nicola,
other
we have
football
no idea
team.
what you're doing.
And so, fuck, even one thing, there's a girl with a sword and she stabs a football player through the chest.
That's
And
crazy.
then they kill all the football players, and then the crowd is just like watching like this. And then one of the other football players is like, he starts clapping and says, "That is the Viking way."
Oh, Pally reference?
Pally reference.
Because
Beck, you
imagine
need
if
to put that clip in the in your
that
package.
is the Viking way. 'Cause
Somebody
imagine
says that I'll do it.
what if a Pally team, we killed the entire gun stand? What if
I don't think we
I
should
think
do
we
that.
get
That's a
another
bad idea.
retcon message to Pally, which I think would be worth it. Guys,
That would
So-
be-
we need to be like a
It's-
diamond under pressure.
And so I would suggest that I'll recommend this, guys. If you can see it eventually, watch Bottoms. I found it really funny. And
Why is it called Bottoms?
I
Because
think
it's
maybe
about
it's just
gay
a
people.
lesbian thing because
Okay.
bottoms, gay sex, something about
Sure.
that. I've been watching. This is the last thing I'll say. I've been watching after Better Call Saul came out. Bob Odenkirk did a new TV show on AMC Plus. It was called Lucky Hank, where he's like, I don't know, like a fucking professor at like a random mediocre college, and he's having a midlife crisis. And so I kind of been watching that. It's okay. It's nothing amazing. It's like we're seeing this guy, like he narrates the show, and it's like we're seeing him have like kind of a midlife crisis. And I don't know, it's an AMC Plus, probably one of the worst streaming services ever.
I
But-
didn't know that was a thing.
I bought
Yeah.
1 month to try to watch Better Call Saul, and then I found out they didn't have the first 6 episodes because what they would do was they would release the episode, and then like 3 weeks after they released it, they'd remove it. So you couldn't even watch
Ew.
it all the way through by just buying one free trial.
That sucks.
And so I've been watching this TV show, and so there you go.
He's been watching Avatar: The Last Airbender.
No, okay, so Lucky Hank. And so the show's called Lucky Hank, and guess what? In Breaking Bad, there was an unlucky Hank.
Oh my god, Hank Hill.
Gasoline and more gasoline.
Propane and propane accessories. And so that
This
is what
propane
I
tank
have
is
been
not up
watching.
to code. It should be at least 15 feet. What is it even hooked up to?
And so let's end with, I don't know, Aiden talking about what he's been watching, which I assume is
Aiden?
Fiona and Cake.
I assume Avatar: The Last Airbender. He finished the show, so I can't.
Like, I've been moving this weekend, and I've had no internet for like 3 days after, so I was not able
I
to
will
watch
give
Avatar
you
as
a-
much as I would have wanted to.
I will give you a box set of DVDs.
I mean, I do have that.
I don't.
Okay, well, I
Beck.
don't want them then.
Aiden, I assume you've been watching Fiona and Cake.
I did watch the next 2 episodes of
I
Fiona.
saw,
Wait, they
like,
do
an-
2 at a
I saw
time?
like a clip from it, and it looks fine.
They do 2 at a time, yeah.
Oh, I wanted to finish Adventure Time.
That's actually
I thought I had 8
You have
weeks.
3 weeks back.
I
3
do not
weeks.
have- I'm not doing this in 3
You
weeks.
you do it in 3 weeks. Do it in 3 weeks back.
wait. That's actually kind
It
of a
took me,
cool.
like,
Cool.
3 weeks to do one
Beck,
season.
You could do it. You could do it in a day and a half.
No, well, that is assuming I do not sleep. I watch it.
Beck, I'll do it. I will do it with you. I will
Come on,
pull a
Beck.
36-hour no sleep
Beck,
watch
Beck,
rewatch
you
all
gotta-
of Adventure Time
Beck,
with you.
you
I
gotta
will.
live stream it. Live stream it. Watching all of the entire show.
Wow.
So Beck, that's actually kind of a very interesting release strategy. I like 2 a week. That sounds kind of cool.
It's good.
I like
'cause-
Cocaine. They did 3 a week for 3 weeks, and it was like
Mm.
3 acts to the story.
That's good.
Yeah.
I think it's good for this show because the 3rd episode, so the first one that released this week, was kind of weak sauce. It wasn't that good. I do want to say though, from last week's episode, I said that the episodes are going to be named after the characters, and I got 2 of my answers right. That being Cake the Cat and one about Prisma Mushmaster.
How long have we been recording for, guys?
I
Just
don't know.
really
Like
quickly
an
before
hour
we
and
continue.
like maybe hour 10.
An hour and a
We
half?
started late.
Yeah.
We started an hour and 20 minutes ago.
Oh wow.
Well,
Wow.
I mean,
Okay.
it's not
Let
going to
me
be a
fin-
record even, since Aiden's not going to take 20 minutes.
Yeah, I'm just going to talk about Fiona and Cake.
Yeah, Niccolo.
Anyway, so the first episode was Cake the Cat. So it starts
Yay.
with Cake coming out of Simon's
Wait,
head.
that was one of the ones you guessed, right?
Yep, that was. I guessed 2 correct, and I was only correct on 2 of them because the rest of the episode list, and none of the rest were what I said. But so the Cake comes out of Simon's head. Cake is now an ooh. She's given like the translation collar so she can speak, and then she jumps off the Founder's Island and falls into ooh. And then they bring back the characters from season 4, episode 4, Up a Tree.
I
For
know
some
those
reason.
characters.
No, you don't. You do not.
Chris.
Also, for some reason, they bring back the characters from that episode, and I really like that episode, so I'm fine with it. And it's just weird because those characters never show up again, and they're just from this one-off episode that has no importance to the story. But they decide to bring them back, which is super interesting. So Cake just hangs out with the squirrel for the episode until she's in this market and then kind of beats up on all of the people in the market. And then Fiona comes through the back of Simon's head, and then Simon has a mental breakdown because he's like, no, Fiona, you're not real. You can't be real. I'm going insane. Why God?
Hello? You just cut out.
Your mic
Yeah, you cut out.
Oh,
You cut out.
why God, why would you do this to me? What I said. So now Fiona's in ooh. She goes with this girl to find Cake, and they find Cake, and then the episode ends with them being zapped by Prisma.
All right.
And then the next episode is about Prismo. And before the episode, I do want to preface that his voice, they changed his voice actor, and I thought that was okay, but like, it's a little iffy.
Oh why did they change his voice?
Wait, is this the act? Wait, did Kumail Nanjiani play him or something in the
No,
original?
he did, yeah, in the original.
Yeah, and so I remember because I saw a tweet about this, like or something
Yeah.
like.
I was
where
gonna
the
read out
actor-
I was gonna read
Yeah,
it out.
You read it
But
out. the tweet.
Aiden, why
Yeah.
did they change his voice?
Well, here's why they changed his voice. So the voice actor, he was like, got a question, is like, hey, are you in? And he's like, no, it's not me. I would have loved to voice Prismo again. He's one of my absolute favorite characters I have ever had the honor of playing. He's very close to my heart. Unfortunately, they never asked me to come back and voice him again.
Oh.
I would have done it for free.
Bro, wait, you gotta ask him.
And then the director of Fiona and Cake, who also worked on Original Adventure Time as a director, Adam Muto, responded to the tweet and said, hey, we would have loved to have you back. We were told by our casting that several offers went out to your reps. We said we could be flexible in scheduling, but we received a respectful pass. Sorry it didn't work out.
Wait, bro, wait, what?
And then and then the voice actor replied and said, wow, they never told me that.
Bro, that is insane.
That's really sad.
Bro, some guy has
know.
made his mission to not get this guy back in his role.
I
And
know.
they're absolutely getting fired.
It's like it's like with Weird Al when he wanted to do the parody of Born This Way, and so he reached out to Lady Gaga's reps, and they were like, "No, you can't do that." And then when Lady Gaga found out, she was like, "What the hell, man?" and then fired him.
Or fired their agent.
And then fired the agents, and then Weird Al ended up making Born This Way or Perform This Way.
That sounds happier than what happened here, though.
It is, because he actually ended up doing it. But in this situation, very sad. But the new voice kind of lends itself to Prismo in this series, because Prismo is hella depressed because Jake is dead.
Oh, fuck.
That's so relatable.
And he's mourning over Jake's death.
But I thought Jake is still alive. Wasn't he still alive like an episode ago?
No, he's been dead.
He's dead.
I could have sworn he was.
Bro, literally,
there. He
I've
was
been
just a
watching
super
the
buff.
show thinking about how, he dies, and it's making me sad watching the show.
I thought he doesn't die in the show.
He doesn't die. Okay, he dies 4 times in the main series.
Okay, but by the end, he's still alive.
Yes.
He died
That's what I
off
thought.
screen.
Because I know the final clip of the show where they're all sitting on the beach.
I don't even know what you're talking about. There's no beach in the.
Now that's
Oh.
the Viking
Yeah.
way.
So true. But this episode, Prismo is like depressed, and he sees that Fiona and Cake are in his world now, or in I guess. He doesn't really have a world. He just kind of sits outside of time.
Wait, is he that
so
2D guy in the GIF you sent me?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah, he's raw as hell. He's awesome. But so he zaps Fiona and Cake. He's like, oh, crud, dudes, you guys aren't supposed to be here. What the heck? How did this happen? And he reveals that he was the one that created Fiona and Cake, and he created their universe, but he needed somewhere to put it. And so he put it in the Ice King's mind because it was so empty and magical that he could just throw it in his brain and leave it there.
Wow.
But once Ice King got reverted back to Simon in the finale, the world also reverted into like a non-magical universe. And that's why Fiona's world just kind of sucks, and why she has dreams of like being magic.
I had dreams about being magic.
Mm-hmm. So now Prismo's like, shoot, I wasn't supposed to like make that universe, and now you're here. And then there's this guy who like hunts people who like commit crimes, and he's coming for Prismo now because Prismo has done this thing. And Prismo like brings Simon, and he's like, Simon, what the punk, man? Why would you do that? And Simon's like, fuck you. You couldn't help me you couldn't bring my girlfriend back. He's like, oh, I tried. I can't do
Is that
it.
his wife?
No.
Oh, just girlfriend.
Yeah, but Prismo tries to send them back into Simon's head, but it doesn't work out. And the guy comes, and the like bad guy is
He
like,
does what?
I'm gonna go I have to kill Simon. And he's like, okay, guys, I'm gonna give you my like TV remote, and you guys got to get out of here and run away.
The
And so
guy
he
did
gives him-
what?
He gives them the remote. He gives Fiona Cake and Simon the remote. Also, Prismo makes Cake into like stretchy cat, and puts Fiona in her like normal outfit. So that's how they're like that now. But he sends them off to like a different universe, and Ice King's like, okay, Simon's like, okay, guys, I gotta bring you back. So I'm gonna become the Ice King again. Which is interesting because like that was Simon's whole character,
Okay.
was that he didn't want to be the Ice King anymore.
An hour.
Does he like
and 30
slowly
minutes.
just walk up to the
Nicola,
crown
shut
and put
the
it on
fuck
at the end of the
up.
episode?
Well, no, the crown isn't. The crown is on the ice thing. Gunther becomes ice thing. So the
Okay.
crown doesn't exist, but they're in a
Well,
different universe.
I
So
thought
maybe it
you said
exists there.
this would take less than 20 minutes.
Well, I also have one more thing to say.
Oh my
And
God,
so when
Nicholas.
they get changed to a new universe, they end up in like a cornfield. And I think that they are in Farm World universe.
Where?
In Farm World
Oh,
universe,
you
the
don't know
universe.
Farm World?
Yeah, from season 5,
sorry.
episode 1, Finn the Human,
Yeah.
where Finn wishes that the Lich never exists.
Okay, my question is.
Oh, that guy was
they
name
gonna
dropped in one of
bring-
the episodes.
My question
So
is:
true.
are they gonna bring back someone turning into a house in this new show?
I don't know. Maybe.
If Cake turns into a house, that's
I'll
Beck's
let
gonna
you know,
cream
Beck.
his pants. If that's
I'll
gonna
let you know, Beck. I'll let you know.
Beck's gonna be wet down under if this happens.
Nasty.
Well, I guess I'll give the rec.
okay. Yeah.
That'd be exciting.
Go watch Bottoms.
That's crazy.
It's not
real.
at the bottom of his ranking.
So
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Remember,
Are we
always
going?
use Celsius.
Holy shit! Always use Celsius.
Always
Oh,
use
yeah.
Among Us. Thanks for Among Us.
Always
Always
use
use
Rainbow.
Fahrenheit, cunts.
We're all aware of the Pally vs. Gun football game last year that ended in Pally students storming the gun stands. The chaotic scene made local headlines and resulted in a series of repercussions for Pally students and even sanctions for all Pally athletics. Brent Klein would end up making a statement to the entire school with Principal Klein's message to Pally. Principal Klein addressed student body condemning the actions of the students and going over the consequences Pally would now face. Students were banned from attending the next football game. Warnings against future misconduct, specifically egg wars, were issued, and students were subject to school-wide videos on good sportsmanship. But what caused a group of high schoolers to storm the opposing team's stands? Rivalry. The Pally vs. Gun rivalry has existed since the 1970s. Historically, the rivalry stemmed from a social divide between the Pally part of Palo Alto and the Gun part. This rivalry has led to problems even before September 9th, like the fistfight during a game back in the 90s.
Blows are being exchanged. A fracas is developing. Now we see a Major League melee ensuing.
But is the long-standing rivalry and tensions reflected in today's relations between Pally and Gun students?
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's really a playful rivalry, and it's just people trying to have fun with it.
We all kind of grew up together. We went to the same elementary schools and middle schools. And so I don't think there's like hostile relations.
A Pally vs. Gun game is not scheduled for this year's football season, so we will not be able to see the next round of this rivalry. However, this past Saturday was the 1-year anniversary of the event, and coincidentally, also the day of the Pally vs. Sacred Heart football game. To see how the environment at the Pally games has changed, we decided to attend one.
Hello, my name is Beck Lyons with InFocus News, and we're here at the Sacred Heart versus Pally game to see how hyped people are for this game. All right, is everyone hyped for the game today? Are you guys gonna practice good sportsmanship? Let's go! It appears they've added new security after the events of last year's September 9th game, with new security guards to prevent Pally students from storming the opposing stands. I'm here with Brent Klein, and we're gonna ask him a few questions. Today is September 9th, which is the 1-year anniversary of when Pally students stormed the gun stand. How have you seen sportsmanship and overall Pally football stand practice improve over the past year?
Well, look over there. It's way different. I see kids that are not only spirited but honoring the expectations that we asked. So it's doing really well, right? And I give it all up to our Pally students who are awesome. It's been a great school year, and they're continuing the great feeling and vibe and Pally spirit.
With the end of the football game, we can now officially update the counter. In conclusion, let's not use September 9th as a day to remember our chaotic student misconduct, but rather a day to remember that Pally and Gun are one big community. For InFocus, this has been Beck Lyons.